Welcome back to my channel for the first video of 2026. So I thought we would kick this year off with a review of 2025 because I kind of wanted to go through everything that I've done last year and just kind of look and see what I've accomplished. So I thought it could be useful for you guys to see as well how I did in the entire 2025 regarding like how many plushies I sold, what was my most popular plushie, flowers versus plushie ratio, what I sold. I didn't make as many flowers last year, but it was still interesting to see how many flowers I did sell, and also some just like social media stats, etc. So it's just like a full overview of my 2025 journey. So before I get started, in case you're wondering what my background is, I am currently filming a video for a redecorating a little studio. I do have a spare room in my house and it doesn't get used, so I decided to take it over with my yarn. So I'm currently redecorating it and it's not done. So I currently am just sitting on the floor in front of a lot of my yarn. A lot of my yarn is on the floor as well, but I haven't organized it all yet, so it's just a little makeshift background, if you will. Okay, so let's kick this off, starting off with my market recap, which is probably what you guys are most interested in anyways. I did quite a few market vlogs this year. I didn't attend as many markets as I did in 2024. So this was my third year of doing markets, and for a lot of my markets, it was actually the third year of doing those exact markets too. So I did quite a few duplicate markets that I like to do every year, which was really nice. And I tried out a few new markets as well. So with that being said, let's go through my 2025 market recap. So 2025, I attended 7 markets and 2 of those were 2-day markets. So they're my 2-day conventions, like pop culture conventions. One of them was a Vampire Nights market, and I have a vlog recapping all of that. And I also did Supernova Sydney, and I also have a vlog for that. They're my 2 big events that I did over 2 days. I'm also doing Supernova this year in 2026, but it's a 3-day event this time, so a little bit different. But I actually ended up doing less markets just because, I don't know why actually. One of my markets was cancelled due to bad weather. It was a Christmas market and it was like a 41-degree day, so they cancelled it because it was going to be a little bit too much for everyone to sit through. And no one was going to walk out in the sun on a 41-degree day in Sydney. So it's not happening. I know that I get a lot of comments about my stall fees because I'm in Sydney. Stall fees are really expensive. I watch a lot of vlogs from the US, market vlogs, and I see stall prices like 20, 50, and it's amazing. Like, I love that for you guys. Unfortunately, that is not the case here. Maybe in some more rural areas or like less city areas. But for me in Sydney, unfortunately, we have to pay a premium even if the market's a total flop. So the cheapest market fee that I paid this year was $90, and it was a school market, which was very reasonable. My most expensive market was $517, and that was Supernova. So that was the 2-day convention. I think they draw crowds of like 20,000 plus people. So that's why they charge such a premium for you to vend there, because it's a big event, but it's also, you know, it's expensive. It's really expensive. It's also gone up for 2026. So that'll be my new record for next year. So keep watching my 2026 recap for that. Okay, so regarding how many plushies I sold, and yes, I have a piece of paper here. I wrote it down. Usually I have it on my phone, but it's just easier to read off a piece of paper from my main notes. So to see it flapping around, it's just that. So let's go through all of the plushies that I sold and flowers that I sold and do like a little recap on what was the most popular, how many I sold, etc. So in total, I sold 309 plushies and flowers at my markets in 2025. So I'm going to go through the top 5 selling of 2025 and let me know if you're surprised by any of these. Some of them I did only just start making halfway through the year because I don't always make the same thing throughout the year. I kind of chop and change. So with that being said, number 5 is mini bees, which is probably no surprise. I take them to almost every market. They're not always the most popular, but they do get a lot of attention. And because of that, I make sure I always have them because there's always someone that wants a mini bee. I always get asked for them. It's just one of those things. So I always have them. They're a staple at my table. So I sold 19 of them last year. And number 4 was axolotls. I sold 19 of these. So equal to the bees. Now I only started selling these axolotls at around, I think the last half of the year, maybe like even the last quarter of the year. No, it was the last quarter of the year. So it only took them to maybe like 2 or 3 markets, I think, and they were already on the top 5 selling things for me. This is the Crochet Grove pattern. It is I think probably one of the most used axolotl patterns out there. It was a really quick workup for me, which means that I made quite a few of them and I was able to have them ready for each market. And I'm pretty sure it was just like, yeah, the last couple of Christmas markets that I had them. But yeah, they sold really well and they were very popular, which is pretty typical for axolotls. I think because they were in Minecraft at one point, and that's what kind of made them popular. But if you're a millennial like me, you probably had them in your science classrooms growing up. I don't know, is that like an Aussie thing? We had them in our science classrooms. There was always one in the classroom. It was like a class pet, so in like a tank. Anyway, that's where I know them from. So anyway, axolotls was 4th. 3rd is probably also no surprise. It is the chickens. Now this is the Mabel chickens pattern. It's a very overly used pattern at market. So I am surprised that it's on the list because it is an oversaturated pattern, but it gets a lot of attention as well. I also crochet them in blue so that they're Stardew Valley type, which is a game if you're not familiar. So they got, you know, the blue chickens are very popular as well. So between the blue and the regular colored chickens, they did very well this year. So that was 21 of those sold. Did I say this year? I meant last year. I'm in 2026 now. Gotta get it right, Amanda. Okay, and my second best-selling thing was my mini bouquets, which was 28 sold. So I sold 28 mini bouquets, and they're kind of the most, they're probably the most work as well because I need to create 3 flowers and assemble them all. And then, I mean, wrapping them isn't that much, but that does use extra stuff, like it uses extra materials. So I am glad that they sold well because they do take a lot of effort for me to make them. So I am very appreciative that they sold well. And the number 1 top selling plushie or item for 2025 was keychains. Now, I didn't go ahead and monitor exactly or record exactly which keychain was selling. I sold a total of 47 keychains. If I can have a guess, judging by the last few kind of markets and what I was restocking, the Miffy keychains, my little Miffy keychains sold really well. My froggy keychains, so that's the pocket frog pattern by Lacromi. I put those on a keychain because they work up kind of small. Actually, I have one here. Here we go. These are the pocket frogs by Lacromi. So I put these on a keychains because they're kind of small. Like they're a good keychain bag charm size. So I made a bunch of these. I was selling them on their own for $15. Then I added them on a keychain and they sell really well on a keychain as well. So I think between those ones, the Miffy, and then for the rest I just made random anything. I can't even remember what I was selling. I probably have to go back through my market videos or Instagram to find out what I have, but generally it's a bit of everything, like mini leggy frogs, whales, octos. Oh, and chickens. Sorry, I forgot the mini chicken. So I found a little pocket chicken pattern on Ribbler, I think it was. I'll put it on screen if I can find it, but it's just a very mini version of the Mabel chickens. Like it works up this small. I probably sold about 10 of those as well, actually this year. So that was another really great one to put on keychains, both blue and chicken flavored, colored or flavored, sorry. Okay, so that is it with my market recap. Let's move on to Etsy. I haven't been concentrating on my Etsy store for 2025. Honestly, it kind of took a backseat to all of my markets and market prep I was doing. I started a new role in my 9 to 5, so I kind of had to drop a few things off my concentration list. So Etsy was one of them. Etsy just kind of chugs along in the background and does what it does. I do have some bestsellers that I always just sell. And it did okay without me mothering it too much. So let's do a little recap of my Etsy for 2025. So the great thing about 2025 is that I finally hit 200 sales on Etsy. I think I've had my shop open for a couple of years, maybe 3 years now. So that was really awesome to hit that number, even though I have really not been doing too much with it. It's probably not a very big number in comparison to a lot of people, but for me, it was a little bit of a milestone. So okay, so let's also do the most popular things that sold on my Etsy. So the most popular plushie that sold, and this is no surprise to me at all, is the flower turtles. These have been my best-selling plushies since the beginning of time, both in markets and on Etsy. So this is a combination of the daisy flower turtle and also the sunflower turtle. They both sell really well, with the sunflower turtle being the better seller of the two. So that's my most selling plushie, most popular plushie as well. So I sold 14 flower orders as well, which is like mini bouquets, single flowers, which would be the single sunflowers. And also I sold one really large bouquet as well. So all up 14 flower orders. I didn't specify exactly which is which, but most of the time it's going to be the individual sunflowers, like the wrapped individual ones. I also sell them at markets. They do really well. My mini daisy bouquets and my wildflower bouquets, I have those on there too. I don't make them for markets anymore because they're a little bit tedious, so I prefer them to be made to order. So that's why they're on Etsy. And the most popular thing that sold on my Etsy was, of course, patterns, because they're cheaper and they're instantly downloadable. Instant delivery because you can just download them from Etsy. Making patterns was something I really wanted to concentrate on for last year, and I didn't have the time to do it. So I think I have maybe around 8-ish patterns, maybe from memory, on Etsy right now. So the ones that sold the most was my Halloween flower pattern. I think it's called my Ghost Tulip bundle. It's like a Halloween bundle which has like tulip, ghosts, red, I mean you can choose the color, but it's pictured as like red roses, red tulips, etc. Like it's very Halloweeny. I also have a heart plant pattern and a couple of other plant patterns. I can't remember what I've even got on Etsy anymore. It's been a while since I've gone and really like done some housekeeping there. So I also sell on Ribbler, and I totally forgot to get the stats from that, but there would have been a few patterns sold on Ribbler as well. Not as popular as Etsy, but you know, it's still good to have my patterns out there on different platforms too. I am hoping to make new free patterns this year to put them on my Instagram account, so keep an eye out for those. I have quite a few ideas for free patterns. I would like to make paid patterns too, but I want to kind of concentrate on some free patterns as well. So hopefully they will come to fruition sooner rather than later. And last but not least, we have our little socials overview, which is you guys. So first we'll start off with YouTube. So 2025 was my first full year on YouTube. I think I started YouTube in 2024, October of 2024 is when I first started posting long form. I had been recording for like a year prior and just hadn't had the motivation to actually edit, etc. So I started pumping out all of those videos from October. So it was one full year on YouTube for 2025. I also got monetized in March of 2025. So a few months after I started YouTube, I got monetized, which was very, very lucky. I don't know how that happened so quickly for me, but it did. And thank you so much guys for watching, because of you, I was able to start making money from YouTube. It's not a lot of money. The way I see it is when I have a really bad market and I record the market and I vlog it, I make a little bit of money from YouTube as well to make the market not so bad. And it's just kind of fun documenting what I do, and I like watching others vlog their markets and YouTube day-to-day updates. So I'm just joining in. So this year I posted 33 videos, like long form videos like this one on YouTube, and I posted 34 shorts. I was trying to do one video a week, but because of my markets and my market prepping, I just was not able to get them out. It was just so stressful trying to think of YouTube videos to create and upload and edit, and it's just a process. I was also learning DaVinci Resolve, which is such a tedious program to learn. It's free and really amazing. It has so many features, but it is heavy on the CPU. My little old 10-year MacBook Pro could not handle very well. So I'm actually thinking of trying some new editing out on CapCut, which is it's a bit lighter. My laptop doesn't freeze when I'm running it. So I'm gonna try some new editing. I wanna up my editing style as well, which I was not able to do on DaVinci Resolve. It was very plain. So hopefully these videos are a little bit more spicy, a little bit more new. So let me know, give me your feedback if you like my editing for this year, please, it will help. Okay, over on Instagram. Instagram for me has always been a hard one to grow. I have been on Insta with my Cotton Florist account for around 3 years. I guess it's been 3 years. And I was stuck in the hundreds for so long. Like I could just not grow Instagram. It's just notoriously difficult. However, in 2025, I posted a lot of reels, but I posted 2 reels in particular that kind of went semi-viral. I think one has like 500k views and the other one is almost 800k views. And because of that, I was able to grow my following. It seemed to have, and it was not just a silly video, like it was a video that kind of targeted crafters and crocheters and people like me, which is really awesome because it was a video that was relevant to what I do, which I was able to find a bunch of followers with. And so I'm now, I think, like 2,300 followers, which is amazing because I was stuck on like 600 forever. So now I found more like-minded people, which is really awesome. So that grew pretty well last year. And also for my TikTok, I really need to stop abandoning my TikTok. I think I have like 1,000 followers there, but I don't post often. And I usually just repost the same stuff from Instagram to TikTok, but I don't know, I've been lazy, so I just haven't really. So I'm going to make an effort to actually do that this year. I'm going to post more frequently if I can, and like maybe more relevant stuff, interesting stuff, maybe. Okay, so finally we have come to the goals section of my video, and it's not necessarily, I don't want to think of this as New Year's resolutions because I fail them every single year. Every single year. I cannot keep a resolution at all. So in light of not keeping resolutions, I'm going to set some goals instead, and they are different, okay? I think they're different. First up, I have a YouTube goal of getting 4,000 subscribers, and I know I'm going to fail this one, but I'm totally fine with it because it's also kind of hand in hand with me trying out some new editing styles, so we'll see if it works or not. But yeah, that's just a YouTube goal that I have, and hopefully it doesn't stress me out trying to get it. Next is what I've already discussed, posting more frequently on TikTok and Instagram, including Instagram stories. I'm always making things, I just kind of forget to post, or when I'm making it, it's at nighttime and the lighting's bad, and then by the morning I've already forgotten about it because I'm a goldfish. So I'm going to try and be more regular. Also with my YouTube videos, I'm obviously going for quality over quantity. So I may not be hitting my weekly target of posting one video a week. It might be one video every 2 weeks, and hopefully the YouTube algorithm doesn't hate me for it. But I'm just going to try and be a little bit more purposeful with my videos, if that makes sense. I have a bunch of projects that I really want to make as well that are crochet related, but they're not plushies or flowers. And I've had them in the back of my mind for a long time now, and I'm going to be making them this year. I also want to make some tutorial videos because I have so many people asking me, do you make tutorials? Do you have anything on your website? Do you have anything on YouTube? What can I follow? So I'm going to make some tutorial videos as well. I would love your feedback on what you want to see tutorials on. I don't want to spoil it because I want to make a whole video out of it, but I have a project in mind, but I also want to do a how I do it video because I feel like there's a lot of people who don't know how it's done, and I want to make it accessible to everyone. So I'm going to try this new thing out, and then I'm going to record how I do it. Also, in saying that, I am going to be crocheting more flowers. 2025, I slowed my production of flowers massively because I was just struggling with competing with Temu and AliExpress for all of their drop ship flowers that are priced at like nothing. And I get it, like I can't compete with like fast fashion, right? It's too hard. But I totally stopped producing flowers, even though everyone bought my flowers, but I stopped it because I was so frustrated with Temu selling crochet flowers for $1. And I just figured that if I put all this effort into crochet flowers and then no one buys them because you can get them for Temu for $1, I've wasted my time. So this year I'm going back to the old cotton florist. We are going to be popping out all the flowers that I like to make because I miss making my flowers. And I'm going to start making bouquets again and build your own bouquets and just bring the flowers back. I'm also going to be doing more accessories. I used to make a lot of hair accessories with my flowers. So I'm going to bring those back too because I miss them too. I just miss making them, and I think they look really pretty and aesthetic, and I want to bring that vibe back into my booth and my market and my website. My website, by the way, is down. I forgot to mention this on all social media. I was having a shop with Shopify and it cost $500 a year. And I tried it out at like a reduced price for 2025 and it just did not do anything special for me. So I canceled my subscription with Shopify. I still own the domain, obviously, thecottonflorist.com, but I'm going to build my own website in WordPress, which is free. There's some add-ons. I've done it before, and then I thought it might be easy to just try Shopify's feature because I see everyone talking about Shopify. and I just didn't have the energy for a website last year. So it was very just basic. It looked nice, but I wasn't mothering it enough. So I'm going to build my own WordPress website this year. So my website is down, but that's fine because you can buy everything on my Etsy and Ribbler. And if you need anything specific, just reach out to me. And finally, I want to make crochet kits and mystery bags. I have been meaning to make crochet kits for 2 years. I have all of the stuff to make crochet kits for 2 years. I have it all. I just haven't decided on a pattern that I want to make for the crochet kits. I'm thinking of doing flowers, but then for me, I really would love to have flower crochet kits because I think it'd be fun for everyone to try to make their own flowers. The problem is you need hot glue. You don't need hot glue, but it's better if you do. So, and there's a lot of assembly. There's wire. A lot of people may not want to do that. So I'm going to release some advanced kits which have wire and things in them. So they're obviously not for kids because they've got wire in them. You need hot glue. You're gonna have to have your own hot glue gun, unless I add one in. I know Spotlight sells them pretty cheap, but that might be, maybe I can do it as an add-on. If you want like a hot glue gun, I can add it in for an extra price. Otherwise, if you have your own, that's great. And then I want to do some really entry-level crochet kits too. You can buy them at Kmart. They're like $5. But I've heard they're really not that great, so I don't know if I should go down that path or not. I think I will and just make character related ones, like ones that you can't obviously buy in a store. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. That's the plan. And also mystery bags, I did buy really big mystery boxes by accident. I thought they were small, but they were massive, and I can't use them because I don't put gigantic plushies in mystery boxes because that's a big financial risk for the customer, not for me, for the customer. So I wanted to make small little plushies. So I need to find small boxes or create boxes or do something to make my mystery boxes work for this year. I'm going to take them to my artist alley in March. So I need to figure out how to get that done. I'll probably make a video on it when I get around to it so you guys can see how I make my mystery boxes. But that is it for my recap of 2025. If there is anything you want to know, please put it in the comments below and I will answer them. You know, I am very open with pretty much everything. So if you have a question, ask it, I will definitely answer. I am currently filming a couple of videos. One is a scrap yarn challenge, 2 is this studio makeover, and then I will get back to my regular market prep videos as well because I am still market prepping for my upcoming artist alley in March. So thank you so much for a great 2025 and let's go for 2026. Bye bye.